friends, my name is Satyam Gupta and today's technical topic I will cover ASTM A262 Practice E, that is related to the IGC testing. And if I am talking about the principle, so today's topic is very useful and important because New Year season is going on and everybody has like new resolution for New Year. So this is related with this. So friends, first we cover what we learned in the previous lectures. So in time management segment, now we are discussing about time management segment. So create to-do list, set a time limit of each task, take regular break, managing meeting better, 80-20 rule, no multitasking, no distraction, learn to say no. And today's topic is don't overcommit. So friends, normally I observe and you also observe this thing, like most of the people, they are in home, they are in office, they are in corporate, anywhere. When they are in front of their opponent or their bosses or their family member, so majority time they commit their task in a random fashion, or you can say the overcommit fashion. Like I can give one example. If a task need to complete in 20 hours, so sometimes some people commit to their bosses that I will complete this task in next 10 hours. So what will happen? Actually, the employee is trying to impress their boss, but due to this false commitment, what will happen? The bosses will believe after some time that this person is not trustworthy person, because whenever he commit anything, he will not complete that. So always try to commit anything after a detailed, deep thinking. So don't overcommit to your bosses. Otherwise, what will happen? If you commit to your boss will commit to client, your boss will commit to anyone else, their bosses, and once the commitment will got failed, so impression of your boss will be wrong with client, with their bosses, and sometimes it may happen that our company will not get the order also. So in these cases, always try to commit everything after detailed thinking, detailed discussion, then you commit. Don't overcommit, don't undercommit. What is undercommit? Undercommit, suppose a task will complete in 20 hours. And you committed to your boss that I will complete this in 50 hours. So this is undercommitment. So don't do undercommitment also. Otherwise, your boss, your manager will think that you are not right person for that job. So always try to do the correct commitment to your boss and try to do 100% to complete that commitment on this time. Okay, so friends, now you can think another example, like New Year season is going on, and all of you having new resolution for this year. So remember 2019, remember 2020. You take some resolution, and what is the outcome of that resolution? So you can compare this with overcommitment or undercommitment. So I can say only one thing: if you commit anything for any new year, so you have to try to complete that, because most of the time I saw like many of my friends they give the resolution like I will go to gym every day morning 6 o'clock, but they will go to gym only 4-5 days. After that they will forget it, they will try to sleep. So friends, I'm saying only one thing: you have to commit whatever you can complete in time. You have to commit only those things. Then your impression will be high, not for the false commitment. Okay, so friends, now I am moving to our technical topic, that is ASTM A262 IGC Practice E. In Practice E, friends, this is the copper sulfate 16% sulfuric acid test. In this test, basically the scope is this practice describe procedure by which copper sulfate 16% sulfuric acid test is conducted to determine the susceptibility of austenitic stainless steel to intergranular attack. This test does not provide a basis for producing resistance to other form of corrosion, pitting and stress corrosion cracking. So friends, in IGC practice C, what will happen? We have a certain test coupon, we have the test coupon, and the test coupon we need to immerse in a solution, that is the copper sulfate solution, and after stipulated time, minimum 15 hours, you need to bring back the test coupon and you need to perform the bend testing. When you perform the bend testing, so you have to, after bend testing, you need to measure any fissure, any crack or anything will not show in the visually on the bended test coupon if it observed in certain magnification, 5 to 20x magnification, and sometimes client required 100 to 250x magnification. You need to evaluate it, and if you got any fissure or any crack, you need to reject the component. Okay, so now I am talking about the summary of the practice. The same thing like austenitic stainless steel sample embedded in the copper sort or grinding is exposed to boiling acidified copper sulfate solution for 15 hours. After exposure in the boiling solution, specimen is bent, intergranular cracking or crazing is evident on the susceptibility. So friends, now I will go through about the acidified copper sulfate solution reagent, how we make the solution. So for that you need to dissolve 100 gram of reagent grade copper sulfate CuSO4 5H2O in 700 ml of distilled water. Add 100 ml of sulfuric acid H2SO4 and dilute to 100 ml with distilled water. Then your solution will be prepared.
Friends, ASTM A262 Practice E Rapid Screening Test. So, friends, sometimes before performing, Practice E, for checking in a shorter timeline, we can perform rapid screening test. So this is always before testing in the copper sulfate 16% sulfuric acid test, and in this specimen of certain grades of stainless steel may be given a rapid screening test in accordance with the procedure given in practice A. What we discussed earlier chapters. So for practice A, you need to refer my previous video. And second thing, like corrosion test specimen having acceptable etch structure in oxalic acid, each test will be essentially free from intergranular attack in the copper sulfate 16% sulfuric acid test. Such specimens are acceptable without testing in copper sulfate 16% sulfuric acid test. All specimens having suspect each structure must be tested in copper sulfate 16% sulfuric acid test. So you can see the material grades which is defined below: AISI 201, 202, 301, 304, 304L, 304H, 316, 316L, 316H, 317, 317L, 321, 347, etc. So friends, now we will discuss about the size of the test coupon, what we need to take before testing, and we need to make the sample for testing. So for that you need to refer table 5. Table 5 in ASTM A262. You can get table 5 where you can get the data like what size sample we need to select or what size of sample we need to prepare. So in a shorter way, I can say only one thing, like minimum 3 inch to 5 inch length test coupon we required for bend test. So you can refer table 5 for identify the test coupon size. If I am talking about bend test, so in bend test we need to bend actually up to 180 degree of the sample. And one more important thing, friends, like after exposure the specified copper sulfate sulfuric acid test solution, the maximum angle of the bend without causing crack as determined from untested low ductility specimen shall be utilized in evaluation of the specimen exposed to the acidified copper sulfate sulfuric acid test solution. You can take the duplicate specimen shall be obtained from sheet material so that both sides of the rolled sample may be bent. This will assure detection of intergranular attack resulting from carburizing of one surface of the sheet material during the final stage of the rolling. In the last, friends, you can see like the bent copper sulfuric acid test. The examination we have to do like 5 to 20x magnification in a normal standard condition to identify the features, to identify the cracks on the after bend testing. And whenever client is required or any suspicion is there, any question is there, then we need to perform magnification at 100 to 250x to see the features and crack over the bent component.
So friends, I hope you like this video, and from the next class I will change this topic from IGC to something else, and I will always try to make useful video which will be helpful for you for your interview, for your personal growth. And friends, you can also do one thing. Suppose if you are driving, if you are going anywhere, you can listen my video rather than watching this. So this will help you a lot, friends. And if you do like, please share with your friends. If you not subscribe yet, please subscribe and like my channel. Thank you so much.